the First Person Shooter, a how-to guide. I'm DethDealerx.
And I'm enjoipotter.
And we're here to teach you the basic fundamentals to the First Person Shooter realm. For this episode, we are going to walk you through control schemes and pre-game settings.
Pre-game settings.
These are largely overlooked facets of most first-person shooters, but are critical to your gameplay. Button and stick layout. Your layout of your controller can determine your success mid-game, believe it or not. If your movements don't feel natural, you likely don't have the right scheme for you. Everyone works differently.
However, if you're just starting, then we recommend that you use the default settings so that you can kind of get your bearings and figure out which way you want to head towards your button layout.
If you feel like you've hit a wall, try switching your layout and see how you like it. Our first example is Halo. Now in Halo, your sensitivity will help you pick your layout as well. If you play on a high look sensitivity, like I do, you'll enjoy Bumper Jumper because it enables full use of vision and battle functions by keeping your battle-oriented buttons constantly at your fingertips.
For instance, it actually makes you able to jump and look around at the same time. So left bumper makes you jump and you look around with the right stick.
So if you move around a lot and you use your jump to move around, you're going to like Bumper Jumper. There's nothing wrong with the default default layout. It works just as well, but at much lower look sensitivities. Default or green thumb, they both work well. In Halo tend to be favorites of snipers because you have to be more methodical and deliberate with your fingers. These layouts lend themselves well to low look sensitivities, 2 to 5, whereas anything higher would work better for Bumper Jumper. In Gears of War, sensitivity can directly play into the button scheme, which is unique to this game. You can choose to have a slower look sensitivity when you're zoomed in with your torque bow or your sniper, which will help you get the easy kills because you're moving slow. But if you use your shotgun or your hammer burst a lot, you're going to want a high look sensitivity while zoomed in.
That way you can make quick turns and take out people easily.
Much easier.
In short range.
The last game we're going to talk about is Call of Duty. In Call of Duty, it's all up in the air. Every layout will have its up and downs, and you just have to fiddle with it if you have problems. Because playstyles vary so much in COD, recommending any one layout would be a disservice to you, because there's not really one playstyle in COD that overwhelms the others. COD requires a bit more time if you don't like the default layouts.
I prefer the default layouts because they give me everything that I need, and everything works out. I do raise the sensitivity, however. The only layout that I don't like is the tactical layout because it gives you the ability to crouch while you're shooting, which if you're ever wondering how those guys lay on the ground and shoot you at the same time, otherwise known as drop shotting, it's because they're using the tactical layout.
So if you're going to run and gun, aka UMP Marathon with stopping power, tactical might be a good choice for you, but just know, with every change of layout, this goes for every game, by the way, every change of layout will hinder another part of gameplay. For instance, in Halo Reach, if you choose Bumper Jumper, you are going to have a very, very difficult time shooting and using your jetpack, because you have to take your thumb off of your stick to activate your armor ability. And if you're going to be using a jetpack, you want to be able to aim and shoot at the same time. So if you really like the jetpack, Bumper Jumper and Halo Reach is going to suck nuts for you. But for all the other ones, you should be fine.
However, that was just a beta, so you never know. They might change the control scheme around and fiddle with it, because people probably complained about Bumper Jumper being really highly impaired, when in Halo 3, it was all around most of the most advanced players, their favorite layout.
Yeah, it was about 50-50 the pro players used Bumper Jumper default, just depending on what they like to do. But Bumper Jumper really, really was a super popular layout, and in Reach, a lot of people like the jetpack, and Bumper Jumper plus jetpack was not compatible. The last category of pre-game setup that we're going to talk about is lighting and vibration. I would say that lighting and vibration are the single most overlooked and most critical aspects of any first-person shooter. That's right, any first-person shooter. I used to play with vibration on. I switched it off because I needed to save some battery because I needed to pay for my own batteries. That sucked. But when I turned off vibration, I discovered that vibration off did a couple of things when I played. One, I was way cooler under pressure. I didn't have my controller shaking, causing my brain to take in and register additional stimulus. When you take off vibration, you don't have to wait the millisecond for it to send the signal to your controller, and then for it to vibrate in your hand, and then for you to recognize that you're taking damage. When you rely solely on sight, you can see on your screen you're taking damage, and you can react to it much faster. It makes your reaction time way faster. Even like 10 milliseconds can mean a kill. And when you're already losing milliseconds to ping, it matters a lot. Because of this, your reaction time will be better, you'll be more cool under pressure, and it makes your most important sense in video games sharper and more aware. Sight. When you see better, you're going to be more picky. I became way more picky when I switched to vibration about my lighting. Make sure you set your black levels. Whenever I go over to people's houses, I always want to change the black levels on the TVs because they, for whatever reason, have them real dumb. But you need to be able to see the people that you're trying to shoot. At least that's for me the main thing. If there are big black spots on the map where people can hide and I can't see, I want to be able to see in there. So I will turn the black levels to standard and turn the brightness on high. Usually, that's the way I like it. Who cares if it's a little bit like more bright? You can see them. That's what matters. Sight. To sum it all up, your pregame settings actually do matter. If you ignore them, you will likely play worse. That's all for episode 1, pregame setup. Stay tuned for our next episode, setting good habits. I'm DethDealerx.
And I'm your comic relief.
He's enjoipotter. See you next time on FPS, a how-to guide.